And just like that, we're back on. Well, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday evening. That's right, do not adjust your internet. It's true. I have returned, my friends, after a long streaming hiatus. Rest assured, I am alive. I am not currently infected with coronavirus, if that's what you were thinking happened to me. But no, I am still here, just getting our stream ready. Okay? So, let me go ahead and title this stream. And we'll get going. One day. There we go. Alright, so we are going to title this stream Painting Guild Ball Cooks. Yeah. And I'm going to go hashtag Guild Ball. Hashtag Steam Forged Games. Yes. Alright. We're going to save that. All the changes have been saved. Let's open up our live comment section. And then we're gonna do the thing, people. Here we go. I'm gonna mute this guy. See, I still remember how to do all this. That's good. Let me show you where we're at, and I'll show you the conundrum I'm in. Okay, so I just started painting this Cook's Guild for Guild Ball, and you can see there's Wellington there, at least the start of Wellington. So Wellington, obviously Cinnamon, my favorite sculpt of the whole deal, obviously, Cinnamon, and then do not scan Lenovo. Do not do that. Okay. Then you got Roast. There's Roast, and then you got and then I've done nothing on Pepper, and you've got Sugar, and then you got Spice. Okay. Right. Okay. So here's the thing. I started painting them, and I just did the skin and whatnot, what I could control. And then I realized that I have no inspiration for a color scheme whatsoever on these guys. So I cannot for the life of me figure out what color I actually want to make these guys. I'm thinking about doing like a red and black scheme. So we'll have to try it on Wellington here. And if we like it on Wellington, then we'll carry it over to the rest of the guild. But that's where I think we're at. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to start painting. We're just going to figure out how it do, what it be like, and so on and so forth. I'm going to look for my ABT number 2. Because that's going to be a good... Oh, somebody really jacked this up. Somebody at the last paint day jacked that up. Some dirty guy. Dirty dude put his mitts on my brush there. It's a little bit of a pain to work with that. You know what? Forget the ABT. Forget the ABT. Well, I am gonna need to do some precision level work here, so ABT it is. We're gonna go with Flesh Terror or Flesh Terror's red. So it's gonna be kind of a deeper red. And let's see here. So the red will be, in the case of Wellington here, it'll be everything that's in this sort of Plague Bearer flesh color right now. We're going to change it to red, but before we do that, I actually need to paint his mustache in, his mustachio, right? It's been a while since I've painted with a camera. all up in my grill, so excuse me if I screw up. But you know, it's old hat. It's like you just pick it up again. There we go. I mean, there we go. And then let's give Wellington some hair back here. It's always a good idea. And then we can go in. There we go. There we go. Now we can go in, give us a little bit of red. So red and black is the order of the day, folks. And then we're gonna see how it goes. I think it'll look okay. You know, they're chefs, they're the cooks. Cooks should be wearing red. Why not? Hey Chief, let's talk. Why not? Okay, so I'm just gonna go right over this Flesh Terror's color here. Flesh Terror red. And it's gonna give us a nice. It's gonna give it a nice striking appearance. So I like that. That's what we want out of our intimidating Cook's Guild. There. And then yeah, and then like the bulk of this outfit, man. This part right here will be red. I think the first Cook's Guild I painted was like a white. So I really went with just standard, you know, Cook's outfits. But I did a little Googling of, you know, Cook's uniforms online. And there's actually a lot of cooks that wear red and black uniforms. It's very formal looking. I think it looks awesome, actually. So we'll see how it turns out here. But I'm already, you know, it's already kind of looking like a nice striking color. So kind of down with it already. Right, and then complement it with a black gloves, black pants, right? Really kind of make him look I wonder what restaurants really use like black and red cooks uniforms. If you know of any like popular restaurants that do, that would be cool. But yeah, I can say that I am liking this, right? So this should look pretty good on Mr. Wellington here. Right? And then I'm also, we're gonna do the buttons red, right? We'll do the buttons red. So this apron will be black with red buttons. Okay, and I'm not being too accurate with, oh, sorry. Not being too accurate with the actual buttons because it doesn't matter that much. We'll do red spats, right? Just to kind of break up the black. But he really is, you know, this really is going to be a lot of red and black, as promised. He might even have brown shoes. Okay. Right. Let's go ahead and let that dry. And you know who's going to be interesting here is um, Cinnamon. So let's do Cinnamon. She's my favorite sculpt in this set. And, you know, of course she's my favorite sculpt in this set. She's got a great pose. Love the character on her face. Just super. I love that. She's just got kind of a flirty look to her. I just think that's great. So she's going to have a red vest. Like that. She'll have a red vest with a... I think I'm going to do this shirt actually, kind of the undershirt, instead of making it black on her. Because her outfit is very different than the other Cook's outfits. She'll have this red vest to match them, but she'll have a white blouse underneath. Right? She's the baker. Okay. Hey, what's up, Nelson? Yeah, she is a great miniature. By the way, I should point out to you that this is a prize that this is a prize for people who participate in the March Guild Ball League, and it's exclusively for new players. So if you are one of only 2 or 3 new players that spectate, play a demo game, maybe play a real game or 2, then you could win this team. Just saying. That's my shameless plug to try to get some people to join our Guild Ball League. So he also, well, I could do this shirt in red, but I think he's such a slob that he wouldn't have a red shirt. He would just have a grimy white shirt. So really, the only thing that's going to be red on this dude is his hat. And then the rest of these are pretty simple. We're just going to follow. How come the chat's not working on this thing? Don't hide the chat. Show the chat. How do you show? Here's show chat. It's not showing any chat. Jerks. I'm going to refresh the page. Okay. Hopefully I see I don't see any chat going. I don't know. Okay. So Spice here. She's an angry, like wiry. Wiry little lady here. Well, she's tall. Tall, skinny lady. Like that, right? And we'll do, is that team compatible with butchers? They are cooked. Yeah, this is the minor guild for the butchers. So you can take, you know, you can use cinnamon and roast with your butchers team, and they're actually quite good in butchers. Cinnamon specifically is practically an auto include for most butchers teams. So that really cute model, the little redhead baker girl, she's very commonly taken with butchers. because she gives them a nice little speed buff the butchers really like. And roast gives them a discount, I believe, on charges. So they're both quite good to take into butchers. Okay. Now your comments are showing up in my chat window in OBS, but not on my YouTube page, which is really annoying. So I'll try to keep up with comments, but I do appreciate the comments as they're coming in. All right. So now we got to deal with sugar here. And so sugar is going to, she will have most of her outfit will actually end up being red because that's just how her outfit is designed. She's kind of wearing like a full one-piece chef's outfit here. So Sugar has she has this crazy good character play. It's an AoE thing that does, I want to say 4 damage and burning, which is crazy good. Yeah, because speed is, yeah. Well, no, butchers are actually quite fast, but why not make them faster? Yeah, butchers are a surprisingly fast team. They get even faster though when you start piling up all these little speed bonuses that you can get from Cinnamon and from Cinnamon specifically, from Boiler, and and then you have economy with like uh, Vet Boar and Roast will give you economy on your charges. So that's the thing about butchers is um, their speed is really predicated on charges and sprints. They don't get a lot of flat movement bonuses the way some guilds do. So you really that kind of makes butchers um, really a guild based on linear threat because everything is kind of built around charges. So you have to watch out for opponents that take a lot of anti-charge tech. But yeah, okay. So let's continue on with the color blocking. Actually, what I want to do before we do that, let me get some brown here on pepper. Yeah, let's get some brown on pepper before we get too far into the other models. No, pepper's boring. Work on pepper later. All right. So we're just gonna do like a major color block here, and then see how we like this. So going straight for black on Wellington. And I'm gonna paint this apron in black. But for sure, I'm gonna have to come back and highlight all this red. So I'll probably come back and take in a you get a proper red paint. Come back and highlight all this red. And then, I don't know, I wonder if I make his gloves black or if I make them brown, if I break my, just to break up all the black and the red. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. Okay, so that's kind of nice, right? Yeah, let's finish coloring in the parts that we know are going to be black. So the pants are going to be black. I just don't know if the belts will probably be brown. I think that's what we'll have to do, is we'll have to do brown on the belts, bags, and gloves, just to break it up a little. Otherwise, it's going to end up looking too monotonous. But it's already nice striking. I'm already liking that, the red and black color scheme. It's just going to be a matter of highlighting the red properly and then making sure the black lays down the way we want it to. Right? And that's and then before I even move on to the other minis, let's block in that brown. Let's make sure just so we have the general scheme in our head and it will make sense to us. So I could go Wildwood or I could go Snakebite leather. I guess I could go either way. Well, you know what? Wildwood is going to be really dark, and I'm not opposed to that. I really want to keep these things, keep them looking fairly dark, and then that'll make it easier to just sort of highlight up to what we, the final color that we're aiming for. Pretty neat mini. So yes, this is a prize for the Guild Ball League. But that does not mean that I don't get to test drive them. I have to, on behalf of the new players, I have to make sure these work correctly and that they're fun to play. I'm actually quite sure that these are fun to play. Cooks look very, very fun to play for me. But I will say that they may not be the easiest guild to get into, but they will be fun because they rely on a lot of like setup, character play, and spacing, and those are fun. Those are fun things for me to do in miniature games, right? Those are fun tactics. There's all kinds of tactics that people employ in miniature games. Some people really like to play gotchas. I think gotchas is lame. It's like when what I mean by gotchas is like when you're sitting on a rule for a character and your opponent is not aware of that rule and they play right into it and you're like, ha, gotcha. Like unpredictable movement, right? Unpredictable movement started off in Guild Ball as a gotcha, right? Like it's supposed to, you think you're going to be able to charge Midas, but then unpredictable movement and he gets out of the way, right? And it used to be this gotcha thing. But the designers didn't, when you talk to them, they didn't ever intend for it to be a gotcha, which is interesting. They're saying, no, we don't intend for that to be a gotcha. We intend for it to be prohibitive. In other words, like when you're playing a game and you have unpredictable movement or you have counter charge, right? These are two that that a good opponent, a fair and open opponent will tell you before you make a move. Like, oh, should I, I'm gonna head towards your within 6 inches of your model. They'll tell you, oh, don't forget, I have a 6-inch counter charge, right? Because the intent isn't to just catch you forgetting a rule. The intent is to make you, play around it and figure out how to solve for it. Um, and so when there are players that still pull gotchas on me, like gotcha, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. Like, were you really just like hoping that I would forget something so that you could play a little gotcha? Whatever, dude. If that's what if you want to try to win a game that way, I guess that's okay. I can't really knock it. But that's not advanced level play, right? I always think that pulling the gotchas is kind of It's just not. Let's just say it's just not very impressive. Okay. All right. Yeah. So she's gonna have a black skirt, black boots, black gloves, and then white blouse. So let's go ahead and do that. So so you can already see the main color block on Wellington. Oh, let's before I move on, actually, let's hit the iron with Basilicanum Gray, just so you get a better understanding of where, this model will look a lot darker, obviously, when he's fully color blocked in. And then we just work our way up. It's a good thing. Right? There's Mr. Wellington. Right? And right now it looks like it's all just kind of blending together. Fear not. We will turn this into something recognizable. You'll see. All right. You'll see. All right. Let's get to Cinnamon here. Well, hell. So she has black skirt. So actually that part right there should be red too. But she has this black skirt. Oh, I see. That should actually be, that's her blouse. That's the bottom of her blouse. So that should be, right now it should be this plague bearer flesh color. So let's do that. Right, because it's actually poking out underneath her red smock there. Okay. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. Tonight we're painting up some cooks for Guild Ball. And this is the lovely Cinnamon. And some people say, I just buy the cooks just to have Cinnamon. Because she is very important for a butcher's team. Right? Cinnamon is going to be, she ends up on more lineups than, even guys like Shank or Meat Hook. Right? Cinnamon is still more universally useful than those models. Right? Cinnamon is to butchers is similar to what Fathom is to fish players, right? Or what's her name? Spade is to engineers players. Just super important. Down here. Okay. So there's that. Let's go ahead and get the bottom of this blouse. Right. And eventually I'll highlight that up to like a white color so that you can tell what that is. This strap right here should actually be red. So let's make this red. Make that strap right there red. Glad to be streaming again. You know, painting up again, especially painting something Guild Ball. I missed it, right? We've been playing lots of Guild Ball recently, like a lot of Guild Ball. But can we just say there are other games right now that I'm also quite interested in. Notably, right now, what's got my attention is this Batman 3rd edition, man. I gotta see what this is about. I must know. Okay, let's do snakebite leather on the wood. If I can find it. It's making these great little cinnamon buns. She's so great. Who doesn't love cinnamon, honestly? Cinnamon is great. If you don't love cinnamon, what the problem is with you, sir, if you don't love cinnamon. Look at Cinnamon. She's great. I'm not sure why she has staples on her little baking board, and my cat's yelling at me. Yeah, you should leave. Well, pick a spot. In or out. I'm going to vote out for right now. Look at that. All right. So this whole baking paddle. I'm going to play Batman 3rd. Yeah. Yeah, I want to try it out. I'm going to try to arrange a time to meet up with Chris, since he's the guy playing it right now, and he can walk me through a game demo. You know, and we can revisit the game, see how we're doing. All right. So there's that. Let's get some off-white. What color is this? Before we go too far, want to highlight her blouse. Do that. So we want her blouse to be, you know, kind of this off-white color, which is really just sort of the sleeves. There's not too much here to do. This color is really only going to come back in for roast here, right? Because roast shirt should also be that color. All right. So while I've got the color out, let's skip over to roast here, and I'll highlight this down. Give roast a, you know, kind of that grimy appearance on his shirt. Nothing beats the blob. Look at this guy. He's awesome. He's got a... Who else wears a chicken as a necklace? This guy's great. He's got a whole chicken as a necklace. I mean, what's not to like? And this shirt is barely on. You look at how it's ripped in 900 places. This thing is just clinging on for dear life. Look at that. Nothing beats the blob. Guy's great. Okay. Alright, back to cinnamon. Because we're going to work on, I guess we'll work on cinnamon and Wellington for the most part. Where's that good old basilicanum? So all these little metal bits here will be basilicanum gray. All her little tools right there. Basilicanum gray. Oh, totally forgot that the bottom of her blouse there is sticking out. So I gotta get that too. Okay. Nothing beats the blob. Okay. So yeah, Batman 3rd edition. We gotta try it. What else? Wanting to play some Batman 3rd edition. Obviously, still wanting to play lots of Guild Ball. And really I just want to get back into the swing of painting, you know, after being sick for so long. It'll be good to be back at it. Look at that. She's just so simple. Well, simple design here on her. not too much to worry about. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. So you get spoons and all that kind of good stuff on her. So she's blocked in. She and Wellington are totally blocked in. Should I continue to color block, or do you want me to start? Well, let's just continue to color block because it should go pretty quick. So, like especially like here, she's really only 2 colors this one. So we can color block this pretty quick. She's red and black, just like Sisters of Battle. Sisters of Battle, guys. CW is a female representation with Sisters of Battle. Oh, man. Sisters of Battle. It's a big deal to protect Sisters of Battle. It's females in Space Marine armor. Oh, man. She's got all kinds of equipment on her. It's kind of awesome. And you can see, like, she's gonna be one of the easiest color schemes here because she is really just red and black. That is it. When I said I wanted a red and black color scheme, this is what came back. Just this. And there's like a bunch of stuff on her, but it really, the grand scheme of the model is just so easy. She reminds me of Miss Kwan from Mad TV. I don't know if Sugar is supposed to be Asian, but I always imagine at least one player on every team I paint is Asian. So in this case, it's gonna be you, Sugar. My name's Sugar. If her name was Honey, then for sure she would be the Asian on the team. I get this for you, honey. um, so there's this uh, this Chinese Thai restaurant near me, which is a really really yummy restaurant, right? So it's like my wife and I, um, she actually started going to this place before I did because she lived down in this area um, before we moved in together, and I moved down to this area to move in with her, and she went to this, you know, Chinese Thai place all the time, and the lady that owned the place would just, you know, she's a nice lady, but she would just scream like she was always so loud, and it was very intimidating, and to the point where you would feel like she's actually angry at you. when she's not. She's just very loud, and she'd be yelling at you and calling you honey at the same time, like, "You get your food right now, honey!" And and I would be terrified of this lady. And I've seen her, but even beyond that, I've seen like some customers or whatever just try to be dicks to her, and she wouldn't have any of that, which was cool, right? Like she would take people's privileges away. So, uh, so we were always intimidated by her, but she was calling you honey though. I love, I get you more rice, honey. And the last time I was there, this was like a week ago. I was having severe stomach problems, and couldn't digest regular food. The doctor told me, go out and get yourself rice. Have rice, potatoes, like have soft stuff that that it's not going to upset your stomach. So I would go to this restaurant and just get plain fried rice with no meat. I couldn't have anything on it. I'm trying to explain, like, I'm just going to have, I just want regular fried rice. You you want egg, honey? No, no egg. You want chicken, honey? No, no, no chicken. I put beef in it for you. I put beef. No, I just need chicken. I mean, I just need plain fried rice. And she would be yelling across the restaurant to like trying to put stuff in my fried rice, and that I didn't really need to explain to her, like, look, the doctor told me not to have anything anything that's complex for your stomach to digest. It's, this is what the doctor wants. I do it for you, honey. Uh, but she's so great. So this could be her chasing me across the restaurant with a frying pan. I cook you pad thai right now, honey. God, it's gonna be so bad when I start playing this team. Because every time she activates, I'm just gonna do that voice. You want? I make special for you, honey. Extra spicy. Because I used to just get everything extra spicy. I get for you extra spicy. Look at that. She has spoons. She just has spoons on her apron. Sugar is great. It's a great, great miniature. Gotta love sugar. Okay. And again, we're just blocking in color right now. So we'll bring all this detail back. Right now, I understand that it looks like it's all kind of run together right now. We'll bring the detail back. It'll be all right. Just gotta trust in the process, right? Dad, chase you with frying pan, honey. So chick does 4 damage AoE like that, honey. 4 damage AoE, honey. All right. Let's do let's get spice all ready here. I am liking the red and black. I think it's a cool scheme so far. Is it it looks very formal. It should look pretty great. I make you like for beef. No beef, no charge, only 9.50. Yeah, like she was really you know, when you explain to when you explain to like certain Asian people, like you're not gonna have, you don't want any meat. Some of it just sometimes you just get they just get perplexed by that. Like, you know, what do you mean you want no meat? Usually Americans are always ordering like double meat on everything, right? Which I always thought was kind of dumb. Double, you know, double meat on a burger never made sense to me. Like you have enough meat to taste the flavor of beef. You don't need more meat. Like that, I don't see the point. Like really, you should only be having, you know, small portions of beef uh, with your meal, right? Why do you need two, three, four patties of beef with your meal? I've never understood that. Um, but hey, you know, who am I? I can't even really eat beef these days because you know, beef does a number. I'm just having, man, I'm just having bad gastrointestinal stuff. So I gotta watch what I eat now. Can't just be throwing, you know, my stomach. I was bad to it for so many years. Just threw whatever kind of food I wanted down there. Didn't pay it no mind. I'm like, yeah, my stomach is my stomach is strong. I'm just gonna eat all this junk food and just throw it straight down there. I don't even care. I guess. Yeah, I guess she does have black pants. Yeah, 'cause it's the outfit, yo. It's actually somewhat impressive the amount of knives and stuff that they figured out how to get on these models. Right? This is a single sculpt, a single piece plastic sculpt, and it has all these belts and knives and stuff on it. Not too shabby. All right. Yeah, once they're all blocked in, it's going to be pretty simple to finish these up. So, so Spice here could actually be my favorite player on the team because she is sort of a poor man's vet cat. She's got Intensify like the old school Catalyst does. And I believe she has Berserk, which is just amazing, right? So she is typically the one, you know, if I'm kicking to an opponent, I guess kicking or receiving, she is my, she's my last activation because she's the one that's going to go in once everything's like set up, go in and just wreck people. This angry, skinny girl here. And I'm trying to see if there's a reference. Does she remind me of anybody I know in real life or something? I'm not really getting much of a reference here. But she is quite cool. She is quite cool, honey. just do that then. Yeah, we won't just do that. Okay. Oh, and she can have the same brown shoes that Wellington has. So normally, you know, full disclosure, if this were a team I was planning on keeping, I would have chopped all of them off the base. I would have chopped them all off of their bases and put them on some nicer, like, custom stamped bases. But this is gonna work just fine. All right. I guess those big cuffs are supposed to be red. Let's give him some more red. He doesn't have enough red, frankly. So we'll give him. I'll do these. Yeah, we'll do these as red. These, just the cuff part here. Just so you know. Otherwise, I think he loses too much color continuity versus the team. So I'll do this. Do any questions or comments? Let me know what you think. All right. Here we go. Mr. Roast. Let's get. Look at his tiny ass little feet, man. Roast has some teeny tiny little feet. Let's get the teeny tiny little feet. All right. I'm gonna do black pants. So at least, you know, these are mostly blocked, and they'll be ready to go very shortly here. So I can play a couple of games with them, you know, figure out a little bit of how to play these guys. Okay. In fact, what I need to do is I do actually need to start Pepper right now. So this can be interesting. Because Pepper does have a uniform, unlike a lot of other mascots. Sometimes you can paint the mascot totally separate from the rest of the team, but in the case of Pepper here, he is wearing a vest, so I am gonna have to at least get color blocked on the vest. And I can hear my cat crying. Pepper chewing on a rat. So he kind of has, he is kind of wearing like the full chef's outfit, right? So let's get that all painted in. All right. So it's really, I'm just going to give him a couple of red stripes. He's not going to have a lot of red on him, but he's got to match the team. So like his collar will be red. Basically the details on his whole smock will be red. Right? So that'll be red. I'll give it a red. I'll have these red sleeves here. Like that. And then right there, the straps will be red also. So right here, where all the knives are. It's kind of cool to have a ferret with all these knives. I think it is. Oops. I don't know if that was supposed to be like that, but it is now. Okay. And then let's do Black Templar. Okay. Man, this is a very fun little ferret to paint. Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. Cool. Okay. Let's continue on with the blocking of the other players. And I'll just paint the terrain later. But let's get all these steel bits down. Okay. So all her little weaponry there. Which she has quite a bit. Okay. She even has a cheese grater. Look at that. I guess it's a tenderizer. I can't tell. It's pretty cool. Whatever it is, it's cool. Alright. And then Roasty here. So Roasty has He has this chain here. It has like chicken bones and stuff on it. And a chicken, and just a whole chicken around his neck. That's dedication to chicken, frankly. I am a big, big fan of eating chicken. Right? Like, it's one of the few things that makes me super, super happy is having a good piece of fried chicken. Specifically, I really like fried chicken and waffles. I'm a fried chicken and waffles guy, and my son really likes fried chicken and waffles. Like, probably one of the proudest moments for me in recent times. You know, forget the fact that my kid is an overachiever at school, and you know his teachers gush over his performance and all that kind of stuff. Forget all that for a second. The fact that my son and I were having breakfast once at Knott's Chicken Restaurant in Knott's Berry Farm, and I ordered chicken and eggs for breakfast because I love chicken, and it is the chicken restaurant. They make some of the best chicken I've ever had. Um, so naturally, I ordered chicken. He orders a waffle plate, and the first thing he suggests to me after we get our food is that I trade him a chicken for a waffle so that we can both have chicken and waffles. And let me just tell you, there was not a prouder father on earth in that moment. What is all this crap that he has on him? Like, what is going on with you, Roast? What is all that? All right. I'm actually going to preemptively hit this rat with some of this gray. He's actually going to get two different colors of gray. So he looks a little dark right now, but that's okay. We'll fix that. My son figured out how to get me chicken and waffles at my favorite chicken place. Like, that's love for you, ladies. And that's just, right? Of course I'm going to be proud of my kid if he figures that out. How cool is that? Honestly. All right, where's Wildwood? Where's Wildwood? What'd I do with it? Okay, that's a little, oh, here we go. A little upsetting. And his tiny little feet. I don't even know what those are. Are those like onions? I think those are onions. I think they're onions. I don't know what they are. But they're onions now. There's this chicken. Yes. Now nice chicken, buddy. Dude is just wearing a whole chicken, not a piece of chicken. He's got a whole chicken on his shirt. What do you call these things that he's wearing? These like weird giant cuffs that he's wearing. What do you call those? Okay. A couple of details on this little dude. And we are totally color blocked, which is great. Then it just becomes a matter of doing a little detail work. And bam, just like that, we have a playable, table ready Cooks team. Is it just like an old pot? Yeah, it's just an old bucket. It should be, okay, so it's just an old bucket. Let me just do this then. There. Okay. Okay. So now we need to find a credible, we're going to come all the way back to Wellington here, and we need to find a credible red highlight for him. So let's see. Scarlet red is probably where it's at. It might be a little bit light, which means I'm going to have to go pretty sparingly with it. Yeah, it's going to be, this may be too light. But with red, highlighting red has always been, for me, I've always found it somewhat challenging because when you highlight, you know, you tend to want to overdo it. And with red, that doesn't work. You end up with pink or you end up with orange. And this scarlet is a little more on the orange side. But if I do this right, it should look okay. You know, it should, yeah, it's gonna call some attention to the red. That's not necessarily a bad thing, right? As long as I don't overdo it. Right? You can't even see, you can't see it that much. I want to add some yellow to that, but I don't think I can without overdoing the highlight. So I'm just not going to. And be happy with the scarlet highlight. Right? Just be happy with the scarlet highlight like that. And then just let the rest of the model sort of speak for itself. right? In fact, my black gray. Let's just work on, let's just get some highlights down. And then I think we're gonna call it kind of an early evening. But you will get to see how these are turning out. There's really not much left to do on them other than the highlighting. Yeah. Okay. Let's color block the green in for the bases. Oh, here's a simple one we can do like right now. Let's do this. Let's do this full-on meats right here. I was never quite sure what kind of meat this is, so I'm just gonna make this up. I'm gonna take this like purplish pink and just run it into the lines right here. You'll see where I'm going with this in a second. I'm just gonna use it and, roughly cut in these lines here, just like that. Okay, right? And then we let that, see if this is gonna work. We let that dry a little. Then, take a little snake bite leather. I think this is gonna work and it's gonna be funny. So, you get a little snake bite leather. You work it from the bottom up. Right? You let it kind of blend with that purplish pink there. Not too much, right? You still want to see some of that purplish pink in there. So you just kind of do that, right? Let the purplish pink show. And okay. And if you look now, it should look quite a bit like a honey baked ham. So it looks like, to me, that looks like a honey baked ham, which is pretty funny. All right, let's so now we're gonna paint in the grass. So I'm gonna start off with like an earthy color. So unfortunately, I decided to go more of the batch paint route than the finished one, move on to the next one route. I'm not always the most consistent about how I do that, but anyways, I'm just touching in some brown here, right? And I'm not being the most careful about this. Just want to get some brown down, right? Okay. You can see how like fast this goes. Just kind of burp. Right. This isn't high art. Just trying to get some brown down on the base. Okay. Just like that. Nothing special. Okay. Shoot. I should do the ground on the goal too, at least. Let's do that. Even though I haven't painted anything on the goal, it's not going to hurt me to do this. The goal is so fast to paint anyway. Okay. All right. Now we come in with this green, and it doesn't matter if it's, you know, if that's still wet or what. Does not matter. In fact, if it's a little bit wet, that's okay. Because all we're doing is we're just going to do this like initial splotch. Oops. Got a little grass on my honey baked ham. A little too haphazard there. There we go. All right. And just so that some of that brown is still showing, that's fine. If it blends together, that's even better. But that's the general idea, is to get all that to just kind of blend together. So that when it dries and then you highlight it, it'll look a lot more natural. Okay. This is like poor man's turf here. Yeah, really do not care how that dries. Just as long as I got all of it. That's all that matters. I'm actually gonna give these black bases, like the rim of the base instead of red. Because I think they'll, I think that will match the more kind of formal look I'm going for with these. All right, it's looking pretty good. Okay. So, I think, maybe just so that you guys can kind of see what we're working with here. I think I will. I think I'm just going to paint, I'll paint the bases black right. Oh, shoot. Before I even do that, though. Before I do that, I got to finish doing this. All right. Okay. There we go. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I guess to give you an idea of what these could be looking like a little more sharper picture of what this is going to look like, I could paint the edge of the bases black so you can see. Or I could just continue painting tomorrow night, which I might do. Maybe I just do that. You know, there's a lot of good progress on these. If I went probably another hour, I could finish the whole set. I don't know. I could, let's finish a couple at least. How about that? Let's just go. Let's just just paint for a little bit longer. It's okay. I really need. Well, let's add a little. Ooh. Let's add that. To that. Let's see what we get. That's way too orange. Wow. That matches Cinnamon's hair. That's probably bad. Probably not what we want. Does that match Cinnamon's hair? Yeah, it does sort of. Like I can do that. That's kind of bad. That's kind of bad. What if I do like next to nothing though? Does it? Yeah, it does show up a little bit. It's not bad. It shows up a little bit. It shows up enough to convince you that there's some light there, and that's all I really want. That's all I really want. Don't really need anything else. Okay. And then let's get some white. Yeah. Wellington is very easy. It's very easy to finish up here, so let's just do it. Love that cinnamon girl. She's just great. She really does kind of make this set, and she's great in game, which is cool. I love that when my favorite sculpts are like, you know, kind of staples in their guild. Like I really love Crucible for Alchemist. So I'm always, you know, she's pretty much an auto include for me. Crucible, Vitriol, and the Calculus models are all excellent sculpts in my opinion. I love all those models, so that's why I really like playing. It's one of the reasons why I really like playing Alchemist, because you know, you get rewarded for taking the cool models, the models that you really like. Fade that out. There we go. Right? So he's got just enough little light on him to show you, show you the little details of his sculpt. Right? A little edge, a little blade edge there, here. Again, you don't have to do much. Right? Yes, Nelson. Come play in the league and win this team. Then you can have Cinnamon on your Butcher's team. Right? And then we're going to do a little highlight on the grass. Which is also very easy to do. It's literally just a little dry brush. Right? So it's the dumbest little thing. And you just, right, just really gently rub the edge of the brush across the top here. And just let it do its thing, like let it blend this together. And sell you the idea that, hey, this is grass that he's standing in. Sort of. Right? And then let's find some tufts for him to stand in. Either I could do this or I could do something a little more colorful. Let's see what I got. Should have something fun and colorful to base this with. Keyword should. Let me find it. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Like some red flowers would be great. Right? Just to give you so many cool colors. Purple. Oh my gosh. White. Red. These red. Those are not. Let's do that. That's really going to just kind of add to the whole red theme here. If I can find my glue. Where is my glue? Where is my glue? This is what happens. Not been painting in a while, and now I can't find my glue. Stand up here. Ugh. Really? Where would I put my glue? Where's that stupid expensive GW stuff? Here we go. Use the expensive GW glue. It's just sitting on my desk, being dumb. There we go. A dumb spot of GW glue. Isn't that fancy? There. He looks so happy, Mr. Scathing Rebuke. And then let's do black on the base. I love that. The red flowers are almost insulting. Like they shouldn't be, with how mean this character is. That just should not be what his base looks like. And yet here we are. I mean, the overall look is very intimidating. It's really what I was going for. Okay, so I'll let this dry and we'll come back to him in a second. I might as well finish off Cinnamon here because she's great. So again, very, very fine dry brush along the top of the base just to convey the grass. Right? Convey the grass, honey. I put this grass in your fried rice. Alright. I'm actually gonna edge highlight the around the outside so I know when I paint in the black, I know where to stop. Okay. Hopefully that results in a slightly cleaner looking cinnamon. Little thing there. Yeah. Don't want that. Well, that's a big tuft of flowers. Okay, it's okay. There you go. Look at that. A lot of flowers there for cinnamon. A lot of flowers. I think it looks fantastic. And it's just the right amount of kind of a sweet little innocent look to her. Man, let's just keep going. Maybe we finish them tonight. Maybe we just finish them tonight, right? Maybe we just do it. Let's just see how far we go, guys. In which case, if I finish tonight, who wants to meet me for a game tomorrow to test drive these guys? Actually, I don't know if I can game tomorrow, but I'll try. I'll try. I can try. What is that there? Ooh. Ooh. Don't like. Muddy that up a little bit. Muddy that up a little bit. Right? Blend it back in. There. Can't tell I even did that. Alright. In fact, I gotta use some of this white on his shirt. Because yes, it's supposed to be a scummy, cruddy shirt, but it can't, what makes it scummy and cruddy is that it's not all one color. So using a little bit of white on it is actually quite nice. And there we go. Right, little effect there. Ooh. Right, just give ourselves a little bit of highlight there. Right, now with the white, you got to do this kind of sparingly to get it right, but if you incorporate the white, the right amount of white on this shirt, it really actually makes it look grimier, right? See how it's really kind of now selling you this idea that this shirt really was white at one point, and Tubbo here had a few too many meals on this shirt, wearing this shirt. Oh, look at that. There's some greenery here that I totally missed out on. Okay. All right. Love him. He's awesome. Get some grass down. Right. Okay. Oh man. Now I'm starting to get excited to test drive these guys. All right. Expensive GW glue. Ooh, too much GW glue. See, it doesn't even come with the really nice little nozzle that a standard thing of Elmer's glue will give you. Stupid GW glue. Alright. GW. There we go. Okay, we'll let that dry. 3 down. Let's just keep going, man. Let's just keep going. Let's do Miss Kwan. Miss Kwan! So simple once they're blocked. Especially a model like this. She's really 2 colors, guys. That's really all there is to her. Just a couple of colors. Just a couple of colors means just a couple of highlight colors. I have this ready for you, honey. AoE 4 damage. It's actually a 5 damage AoE if you're within Chef Special. Which is crazy. Crazy play. 5 damage AoE play. That's fairly incredible. Grass. Right? We're going so fast. I'm going to have to apply this a different way because stupid GW glue is rather terrible. Let's see, is there a good way to do this? There we go. Man, did I tell you I hate GW glue? I hate GW glue. Why am I using it? Because I can't find my regular thing at Elmer's glue. There you go. Well, there we go. Okay, next. Rockin'. Any questions, comments while we're kind of just wrapping these guys up? Yeah, dude. I really like Spice. Spice is kind of great. Spicy. All this stuff she has on her. All her knives and stuff. She's pretty awesome. Okay. There's, as you can see, we are just flying now. We got this all on kind of autopilot. Right. Is there any way to like not have it plant exactly on the edge? Stupid GW glue. Alright. There you go. Okay. On to this guy. I'm actually going to do Grip Charger Gray on this rat. I don't know if that will change much, but it's going to make the rat look a little more bluish. I think that changed nothing. I didn't change anything. Oh well. It's okay. Didn't change anything. Oh well. Okay. And now we do this. All right. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Just a couple drops of dumb GW glue away from having these done for the most part. You know, there's still, obviously, there's still opportunities to come in, do a little more detail work on them. Because, you know, did a pretty basic job painting them up. But they're gonna look fine on the table. You know, you could put these down and not be embarrassed. seem like a very fun team. Lots of weird setup that you're playing a lot of weird setup games, which I like to a point. This may be more setup than I typically like, but I'll deal with that if it is. My emergency honey baked ham here. The honey baked ham ball. I mean, see that? Tiny little drop there. The red flowers almost kind of look like garnish. My little honey baked ham. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Well, the team is done. All I got left is the terrain, this goal marker and the what's it call it. Really not going to take long at all to paint this terrain. I mean, I could paint this terrain if I was going super fast. Would not be much of a big deal, right? Just slap this kind of paint on here. Really would not be much of a big deal, would it? Right? Then you go like this, and you put this paint there. Right? It's wet blending, guys. It's advanced techniques. Look at that. Look at the wet. Oh my gosh. I learned so much. Look at the wet blending. Wow. All right. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if let's just we'll keep going, I guess. No reason not to. Why not? No reason not to. We're this close. Right? Paint a little yellow there. Only you can prevent forest fires. Lots of patience. You see? Did you see how fast I did that? I was just like, yeah, sure. Let's do. Oh yeah, let's make it the stew. Okay, we'll make it the stew. I mean, it's gonna be like a chili thing. So we're gonna paint it this kind of obnoxious orange first. Okay. Make it the stew. Yeah, that is some ugly, ugly, ugly stew. That is gross. I I do enjoy painting, Nelson, but what I really enjoy is finishing shit. That's what I really enjoy. All right, now let's get some on the firewood. Let's get some orange. Right? Look at this blending. I know what you're thinking. Like, wow, how's he wet blending so fast? He's so fast, honey. Look at that. Whoa. Only you can prevent forest fires. Lucky, lucky. Right? Let's paint in the wood color. Kind of like cheating, how fast this can go. Look at that. Maybe I'm going so fast because I want to paint some Batman stuff this week. Maybe. That would be pretty sexy, right? Do some Batman. How about instead of that Lord of the Rings thing, doing that loaded brush blending? Oh yes, man. Advanced painting technique, brah. You don't understand my skills, brah. Alright. We're just gonna knock this out, dude. You will see. You'll all see. All kinds of carrots and whatnot. How you been, man? You guys about to head to bed? Dude, so you're working AMs now? We need to get some games in, yo. When are we gonna do that? When we gonna do that, honey? I get this game off for you. Gotta try out these cooks, man. This that I'm prizing out. Nelson's gonna win these cooks by participating in our league. It's gonna that's the idea. Play in the league. I'll play these cooks for a little bit. Then they become a prize for one of the new participants, which is gonna be Nelson. He'll win it. Probably. Unless Albert shows up like once, then Albert will win it. Or Cody. Actually, Cody does not count as a new player for Guild Ball, so no, Cody, you cannot win this. Now, let's ooh, well, actually don't know if I like that. No, sir. You're working 8 to 4. Nice. Nice. We need to meet up for game, y'all. We need to meet up for game. Let's do Wildwood. Let's do Wildwood on these crates right here. Yeah. And then we'll come back and clean up all the details on these. But frankly, you know, this is the terrain that comes with, right? We're not winning awards painting this kind of stuff. Just get some decent color down, do your thing. Speaking of which, see this grossness right here? We're about to go from ashy to classy. So we'll add a little bit of life to it. Bleh, like that. Bleh. Right? Bleh. Here, now it's starting to look more like chili. See that? More like a chili flavor. Your commute's kind of rough? That's rough, dude. Alright, man. Well, have a good night. I'll hit you up. We'll hit it up for some games, though. We'll do that. Good night, man. Making this chili like this. Chili cook-off. Just want a little bit. Right? I just want that color to peak a little bit. That's actually a little too much. Right? So you just blend it out. Blend it out. Right? They're making a stew. There we go. All right. The terrain will probably not be ready, but the goal marker, you know, we can at least get close with the goal marker, right? And I can at least get it to the point where we can put it on the table and I can finish it later. So this is a good way to just kind of wash it down. And then some of that orange spills over. It actually looks pretty good that way. It goes so fast, honey. That. Okay. So yeah, we should let this dry and then come back, highlight it all. But you can already see, you know, just kind of based on the basic color blocking, that it's pretty cool. Let's do dumb GW glue on it. There we go. Oh. Dumb GW glue. Aha. So this is, you know, this is close enough to throw down on a table. Right? Still needs highlight and work, but you know, not bad for whatever the 5 minutes I spent painting it. I imagine The first guy who thought that Cooks were going to win at a grand tournament or something painted as fast as I just did. We're going to win for more, bro. Although he didn't paint the goal. He just painted the team. All right. So you can see what that's going to look like eventually when that's done. I'll put that away for now. All right. So with that, we're going to start wrapping up here. And I'll show you guys how our Cooks team looks so far. So we'll go through it. Obviously I didn't finish this, but whatever. So yeah, let's go through our Cooks team. So real quickly, Honey Baked Ham Ball. This is Pepper, who is the evil twin of Salt on the Fisherman's Guild. Then you got Spice, very angry, tall, skinny lady. Sugar, I do this for you, honey. I really like Sugar. We got Roast, who is just slovenly and fantastic. And then finally, oh wait, then you got Cinnamon, who I think is awesome. Love Cinnamon. She's actually wearing pantyhose, so I don't know. I've got her not wearing pantyhose, but whatever. And then here's Wellington. So yeah, Cooks, yo, ready to roll. I gotta seal them up